Why don't we, let's just say, YouTube had issues on Tuesday, and we'll leave it right there. And Wednesday, that's my fault. I hit it early, people. You know what I mean? When you guys are rolling over, I was rolling out. Had to run the dogs real quickly, and continued over there, priming, prepping for painting. Today, the north exterior of the bottom feeder pit. Yeah, Fat Jesus is getting everything gussied up. Big doings in Willow City this weekend. Willow City, North Dakota, USA. Not to be mistaken with Willow City, Texas, USA. Okay, enough with the babble, and on with the show. Thursday, 23rd of June, 2022. There are several critical and ongoing issues, people, that I won't let go. What's up with Walmart? Back to blue, and farmers, ranchers, and truck drivers, please pay. Yeah, I gotta say that right. Okay, it's early, it's 3:09. Please pay close attention to the final urgent take action now while you can soundbite at the end of this podcast. Golf Alpha Bravo is full of interesting TikTok type videos. Why you aren't yet on Golf Alpha Bravo, people, remains a mystery to me. Yep, you guys have convinced me. People on Golf Alpha Bravo are targets of the powers to be. No doubt about it. Got it. However, people who aren't on Golf Alpha Bravo are targets of the powers to be. One more time, people. Once more around the mountain. They want us dead. Get that in your head and move on. Now, I sincerely doubt they will seriously come after our guns. They don't want the guns, people. They want the gun owners. The guns are just a minor stumbling block to accomplish their goals. The goals, people, they have been clearly stating time and again. Now, don't believe me, fine. But why don't you believe them? They are waging asymmetrical warfare, how many times I have to tell you this, against us. So rule number one, always will be, never, ever, ever, never surrender your firearms. Okay, Walmart. It wasn't just stores in North Dakota that experienced major cooler breakdowns, wiping out the entire cheese, milk, eggs, etc. sections. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that. The Botano store, not far from me, had the same issues. Just heard yesterday, everything's working, but there's no inventory. Now that's what I heard. I wasn't there. But here's what I do know. Let me tell you a little quick story. Months ago, at the beginning of this brutally long winter, I, as usual, roll out, getting stuff done while you're rolling over. Show up probably a little bit early before the 6 o'clock opening, and I'm standing outside absolutely freezing my ass off, only to be led in the store, greeted by Walmart employees in caps, coats, gloves, and the store is as cold inside as it is outside. I'm going, WTF, people, what the fuck is wrong with your heating? They told me, yeah, you're not going to believe this. We don't control the temperature in our own store. The temperature is controlled remotely by corporate. What the hell? People living in Atlanta, wherever the hell they're from, Arkansas, are telling you what the temperature should be in Botano, North Dakota? Well, that's what they told me. Now it got me thinking. If they can control the heating and air conditioning, can they control the coolers remotely too from Walmart HQ? And why would they want to destroy all that food at so many locations? Simple, people. Food has been weaponized, and the top people at Walmart are in on it, believe me or don't. Now moving on, back to blue. The Uvalde, Texas police, blue, that are all lawyered up now. I wonder why that is. Here's just a couple of sound bites, bring you up to speed. Here we go.
That the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure and antithetical to everything we've learned over the last 2 decades since the Columbine massacre. 3 minutes after the subject entered the West Building, there was a sufficient number of armed officers wearing body armor to isolate, distract, and neutralize the subject. The only thing stopping the hallway of dedicated officers from entering room 111 and 112 was the on-scene commander, who decided to place the lives of officers before the lives of children.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a video capture 3 or 4 cops. They've got a ballistic shield. They've got the police version of the AR-15s. They look pretty armored up. Strange shit. We can't let this strange shit go away without a little bit of Jimmy Dore, far left comedian, who I have followed for years, people. I do not ever recall him backing the defund the police movement. But the guy has got common sense. Here we go.
More news about Uvalde. Is that how you say it? Uvalde? Uvalde, I thought. I want to call it Navalny. Anyway, source, police never tried to open the door to classrooms where the Uvalde gunman had kids trapped. They never tried to open that door. That's the headline.
He wasn't barricaded?
No.
Wow.
It's kind of amazing. The surveillance footage shows that police never tried to open a door to 2 classrooms at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde in the 77 minutes between the time a gunman entered the rooms and massacred 21 people and officers finally stormed in and killed him, according to a law enforcement source close to the investigation. Investigators believe the 18-year-old gunman who killed 19 children and 2 teachers at the school on May 24th could not have locked the door to the connected classrooms from the inside, according to the source. All classroom doors at Robb Elementary are designed to lock automatically when they are closed so that the only way to enter from the outside is with a key. Police might have assumed the door was locked, but the latest evidence suggests it may have been open the whole time, possibly due to a malfunction. The gunman, Ramos, entered Robb Elementary at 11:33 a.m. that day through an exterior door that a teacher had pulled shut, but that didn't lock automatically as it was supposed to, indicating another malfunction in door locks at the school.
I'm having a little hard time believing this malfunction junction shit at the school, but carry on. He's reading from the San Antonio Express News.
Police finally opened the door to classroom 111 and killed Ramos at 12:50 p.m. Whether the door was unlocked all along remains under investigation. Regardless, officers had access to the entire time to a Halligan. That's a crowbar-like tool that could have opened the door to the classrooms even if it was locked. 2 minutes after Ramos entered the building, 3 Uvalde police officers chased him inside. Footage shows that Ramos fired rounds inside classroom 111 and 112, briefly exited into the hallway, and then re-entered through the door. Ramos then shot at the officers through the closed door, grazing 2 of them with shrapnel. The officers retweeted to wait for backup and heavy tactical equipment rather than force their way into the classrooms. So there's little kids in there being shot, and those guys who are cops and have guns decided to not do anything.
Pretty tragic, people. Yep, pretty tragic. Nothing else to say. Your number one priority to protect yourself lies with you and not the blue. I'm just telling you, people. Okay, finally. I don't want to waste too much of your time here. I don't want to catch up all on one day. Guys got to get this here. You know, in the tragedy too of that Uvalde school shooting, 7 911 calls from the classroom while this is ongoing, seeking emergency assistance, went unresponded to. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, now finally, people, heed this man's warning. Farmers, ranchers, truck drivers, diesel engine owners of all kinds. Or don't. It's your call. Here we go.
40 engine oil, or actually any of the diesel engine oils, are soon to become unavailable. You probably already noticed that there seems to be some kind of a shortage out there on engine oils. It's hard to find. Rotella, for example, and Delvac are almost non-existent. The reason is because They're literally non-existent. Rotella has announced they're not even producing oil right now. The reason is because they have to have a certain additive package for it to be diesel engine oil. And the two producers of that additive are Chevron and Lipizol. Both of those companies, that's it. They're the only ones that produce the additive packages worldwide. Two companies. So it doesn't matter what kind of oil that you buy, you're getting an additive package from one of those two companies. The problem is that both of those companies are out of those additive packages. They don't have any. And they're predicting that it's going to be an entire year before they're able to come back online and start producing additive packages so all these other companies can produce their oil again. I wanted it to sink in what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you there is going to be no diesel engine oil for an entire year available at all. Period.
Alright, people. You can take his advice or not. You know what I'd do if I were you? If you can get it, I'd buy it. Either that or develop a diesel engine that'll run a whole year without an oil change. Now, hopefully tomorrow, I will reveal the results of my unofficial, very unscientific, 3-question history poll I've been taking over the last month. 3 simple questions, people, concerning the big one. Yep, the good war, fought by the greatest generation. You know that as World War II. But in the meantime, because especially I've got to put on the final coat today, I got stuff to do.